So Coach kind of talked about it, but last week you ripped the ball away from the receiver. Today you ripped the ball out of the quarterback's hands. First of all, what do you even lift? First of all, and then second of all, what goes through your mind when you try to rip it away and things like that?
Shout out to Coach O, man, Coach Do, man, get me right in the weight room. But it's mano a mano with me. It's a man-to-man game, so I wanted more, so I just go out there and take it from him.
And then he also touched on the things that you went through during camp to get back on the field. What has your time at JMU this year been like, and what is it like to finally see it come through this late in the year?
I got to JMU. I broke my foot. It brought me down a lot. It was my first real injury. So I struggled in the classroom. I stayed down. My family lifted me back up and got me to where I needed to be. And I just stayed down until it gave me the opportunity, and now I get to shine.
Coach also talked about the wind as a factor today. Just what was the wind like on the field today, and how much of an impact did that have on the special teams tonight?
It was great. It was a great win today. We needed it, and we started off kind of shaky, but we stayed down, just got that W today.
And if you look back at the weather factor of the game tonight, just what was it like playing on the field with the cold and the wind outside?
It wasn't that bad. Living here at in Harrisonburg, we know it's cold, and we practiced in it all week. It was freezing during the week at practice, so we knew it was gonna be cold for the game, so we was all prepared for it.
In the third quarter, you guys only allowed 5 yards for them to really get going. Is that when could you guys tell this game was shifting and that, getting those quick stops, letting the offense get back on the field?
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. In the first half, everything was going that way. We just knew in the second half, things was going to come our way, and we was going to be ready to make the play when needed.
Kind of along those lines, the vast majority of their yards for the game came on like a handful of plays. What kind of happened on some of their explosion plays, especially in the first half?
Just a couple missed assignments, things we had to fix. It was on us, easy fixes, and we did that in the second half, and we got the job done.
How much of that second half felt like when y'all came back against App State earlier this season, in just regards to the energy y'all were able to bring out in the second half?
We sat down the sideline. It was like it's App State all over again. They got the first half, and then we're going to win the second half, and that's what we did. Went out there and dominated the whole second half. Didn't give them nothing.
Coach talked about, a calm approach in the locker room at halftime. How much does it help you guys? Because you obviously know you're down 20, so you don't really need someone to yell that to you. So, how much does it help to have like a calming mindset to be able to reset and just go back out there and play 0-0 and try to play your game?
We keep it calm because it's nothing to worry about, and we know we messed some things up in the first half. We know the second half we're gonna make our changes and get it right, and that's what we did. When I did, and our Coach Haynes had a great plan for the second half, and when I did, executed it.
After your turnover, I saw you go over to the fans in the stands and kind of get them amped up a little bit. How big of an impact did they have on the game today?
And they had a great impact. And man, that's why I went over there and was like, we need y'all right now. It's now or never. Like, we need y'all energy. We feed off their energy. I love JMU fans.
What did you learn about yourself out there today?
That's a great question. I learned I got that dog in me.
Coach kind of talked about this during the Wednesday press conference about this being like an historic season. After tonight's comeback win, if you had one word to describe your teammates, what would you use?
That's another great question. No. Magnificent. I got some magnificent teammates.
I guess going off Perry's questions, how have you seen yourself grow, through this year at JMU? You talked about the adversity you had during spring camp and now coming back and to this point. Have you seen yourself grow during this time?
I grew a lot. I had some self issues I was dealing with myself. My mom really helped me. Just got back on the straight path, and I just stayed down until my name was called.
Do you have any other questions? All right, thanks.
Happy birthday, Mom.
You hadn't scored since week 2, and you had 2 today. What is it like to get back in the end zone?
It feels great. Got the monkey off my back, finally got back into the end zone. It felt great scoring, especially at home scoring.
Maybe take me through that first touchdown, 26-yarder, and then not only seeing the purple and gold streamers like usual, but seeing the blue and orange streamers. Did it have any maybe, through this week, all kind of the emotion in this state, did it have any extra meaning?
Yeah, the play, I'll start with the play. So we just switch released, and safety went with Rav, so it left me wide open, and I had to fight off 2 tacklers to get in the end zone. But yeah, just seeing the streamers and the moment of silence before the game. I mean, we all have heavy hearts here, and it's just tough. It's a tough situation that happened at UVA, and we all thinking about UVA right now.
You know, what was it like at halftime? Coach talked about, a calm mindset and things like that. How much does it help you guys be able to refocus and go back out and do what you guys did in the second half?
Yeah, it helps us a lot. He's just telling us to chip away, take it one play at a time. We've done it before coming back down big, so we knew we could do it again. So Coach just told us chip away, keep playing one play at a time, and just have fun.
You guys were 4 for 4 in the red zone today. What was working down there really well?
I just think we had the right game plan for him in the red zone, and we just executed to the best of our ability and did what we were supposed to do in the red zone.
And next weekend is your last game in Bridgeport Stadium on an emotional senior weekend. What's it going to be like leading up to that game, and how do you guys think you're going to come out for Coastal Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad it's my last game. I wish I could play more, but it's the last game. I'll try to go out on top, just be prepared for Coastal. It's a big game. It's a lot of implications with this game, so we're ready for it.
You were in here when Devin was in here, but, what has it been like for the past 2 weeks to see him kind of just take the ball from the other team?
I've always known DC was, a great player. He just hasn't had the opportunity to show it on the field, and he's finally getting the opportunity to show it, and he's taking full advantage of it.
Kind of take me through what you guys were thinking going out in the second half, getting that quick first touchdown, and starting to see kind of a very similar comeback that you guys had against App State earlier this season.
Yeah, like I was saying, we knew we could come back. We just had to take it one play at a time. We couldn't score a 21-point touchdown with one play, so we just had to go play by play. Just keep grinding away, chipping away at the lead. And we knew if we scored first on the opening drive of the second half, that we would have the chance to win.
What was difficult about catching kicks and punts today? Obviously, there was a few muffs, and does the weather kind of play a factor?
I don't think the weather played a factor. I mean, the way he kicked it was a little different. It kind of knuckleballed, but I mean, we kind of adjusted to it, and in the first half it was a lot of bad things happening, but in the second half we adjusted to it and we made plays.
You guys were in this situation at App State, and how similar did it feel to that in the locker room at halftime, and how similar was it once you guys got rolling again?
I actually don't feel like it was similar at halftime. I feel like today we didn't have the right mindset going into the half. I feel like we had to, talk about it and address it. And I feel like once we got it addressed and then we went out there and scored so quickly, the momentum shift, tremendously, and then that's how it happened. And then the defense did a great job, having those 3 and outs, and that always helps. And that was kind of similar to App State, because during App State they stopped the run, and J-Walk had the turnover. DC stripped it today, so in that aspect it was similar, but
Take me through that last play right before you guys were able to take a knee and just being able to rush to get that first down. I mean, how satisfying was it at that point once you guys kind of knew you were able to just put a stamp on it at that point?
We definitely needed that first down, just so like you said, we could take the knee and end the game. It was just a read option play, and they crashed, and I just pulled it, read my blocks, got the first, and slid.
Last week you made your first 11 passes. Today your first 13 were complete. For you as a quarterback, how does that help you settle into a game, just being able to, complete every pass and not, have a few drops or any?
Right. I feel like that's an attest to my preparation and just playing discipline. That's one thing that Coach Seri said yesterday in our meeting. He was like, the biggest thing this week is to play discipline and take what the defense is giving you. And I didn't force the ball any time today, and I'm happy about that. Last week I had one play, the naked, where I kind of forced it, and we spoke about that all week, that I forced it, and I didn't have to. So I feel like I really built off that. Yeah.
Talk about Rav a little bit. I know last week when you threw that ball up, you were like 100% going to Rav when KT caught it, but
this
KT.
Week,
this week, obviously, his touchdown pass seemed like he came emotional, really kind of broke that defender off. Just kind of talk about Rav's performance today and what you saw from him.
Well, that's Rav's play. Like we have that play just for Rav. But nah, before the game I told Rav I'm like let's do something, this week in this game. And I have a bunch of receivers that are capable, and we have a whole stable of them, and we put the work in throughout the week, and we have great timing and all that. We had good routes on our air this week, and that always gives you confidence.
Putting the ball on the ground as much as you guys did on offense, what was kind of the dialogue like to kind of get past that and, still be able to put up 42 points?
Just forget about it, and just, you got to worry about the next play. I still have to battle myself with that as well, sometimes. So, you just got to, just forget about it and keep pushing forward.
Is there a different feeling when you go into the locker room in a game and you're behind, but it was mistakes rather than just being overpowered or they're faster or whatever?
Right. No doubt. It definitely is. I feel like every game we played this year, we could compete with every team that we played against. So that's never the problem. It's always just what did we mess up on, address it, and then how can we fix it and execute better. And we did it against App State and we did it today. So.
One more question. This is Chris Thorne, JMU wide receiver. Todson's Hill, why are you that guy?
What? Man, let me tell you. Stayed down till I came up. I tell you that. That's my answer.